Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Captain Quasar, and welcome back to another live stream. I totally messed up and broke my headphones before we started. Just taped them back together. I think they're working fine. I can hear through them fine. I didn't completely separate them. But I feel like an absolute doofus. So shout out me. Big ups. But we're here, as always, as we should be. Only a little bit late, less than 10 minutes. And I straight up broke my headphones, so you got to give me some kind of props. We just threw the hat over to make it a little bit more, get it working a little bit better. It's actually the worst. It's a big L, some may say. Damn it for the win. It was 50-50, 10 minutes or damn it. I think that's relatively fair for, where we're at. Oh, weird. Sorry, making sure everything's kind of working properly. It's not really working properly on this end. There we go. And let me make sure I put these live now. Yes, yes, yes. Put that in there too. Perfect. Sorry, I had to throw these up in a Discord real quick just to make sure. Give myself a little bit of self-promo, Missed you all. Thank you for the tomatoes. Yummy, yummy. I forgot those early. Hey, it is what it is. I try my best to be on time. I'm literally sitting here perfect, ready to go. Try to put my headphones on to start. Snap. Cry. Time to be sad. But no more. Let's see something that'll bring up our moods, right? Here's some Instagram posts I have. Starting off with some cute dogs. Look at this guy. Aww. I'd call him Cookies and Cream, and I'd call him Cook for short. What a sweetheart. A dastardly fellow. He's a bit rambunctious. New poll, give me a minute and we'll do a new poll. You can't do them back to back. But we're gonna see two types of dogs here. So this one is a free spirit. Running with his ears in the wind, ready to go. And then we have the opposite, a more reserved fellow. A little bit more class to him. It's pretty good training. Is this his drink? I fucking love stubby animals. Why I have guinea pigs. They're the best. I like basset hounds. Basset hounds are really cute. I had a beagle when I was a boy. So I've always had a soft spot for beagles and basset hounds. Hounds in general, I guess. Yeah, but the detective, he's on the case. Ooh, a detective. Little bro is inquisitive. He's thinking, he's pondering, observing, monitoring. But just a little something to bring your mood up, Very handsome birdie. His name is Birdie. What a guy. Oh. He's just a dashing young lad. I run late to dentist now, lol. BBL. BBL. I don't know what that one means. Talk to you later, TTYL. This did help. Thanks, Captain. Always. We always end up going down a rabbit hole of despair getting a little riled up. So it's good to set the mood to start. And now next we have Gary the Whip. Gary the Whip is 69 years old and still plays versus the best. Let's see it. Let's see this. What is it? I guess it's beach baseball. Hit it, Gary. And a throw. Whoa, that's a line drive! Pop fly! Whoa! That was a little loud. Sorry, they were cheering way too loud for Gary the Whip. You don't want to see Gary whip it out. What do we think of this, though? This is a real question right now. I guess I'll read what this guy has to say. There's no comments on this. He took the comments away. His at is laser bald. My shiny skull meets metal. My metal skull fits really nice. It's hard to remove all the air and bubbles under it when I press it over my head, but it makes some farting noises. At morning, it's fitting tighter than evening. To remove it, I must wrinkle my forehead and push it off, or stick something between to remove vacuum. Wearing it is really comfortable. There is no discomfort even after longer time. Some months ago, I created a mold from my head and cast this metal made of Zamac and zinc aluminum copper alloy. Or Zamac is a zinc aluminum copper alloy, my bad. Don't know my metals. It's 2 to 5 millimeters thick and weighs and weight is 2.4 kilograms. I would like to make one of brass, but it's more difficult. I got inspired by someone that said my head shines like metal or polished. I would like to go at the supermarket with it, but I'm not brave enough. I think he should go out. I think laser bald. Hate whatever this is. Wait till you see it. I moved past Gary the Whip really fast. I mean, if you don't know Gary the Whip by now, that's kind of a you problem. He's a legend of the craft. But this is laser bald. So here we go. I don't think there's any audio. That the sound is on, but there's just nothing there. He's really got to press it in. Does it block his vision at all? No fucking way. I just saw this guy a couple days ago and didn't hit like because I wasn't sure if it was fetish content. I guess it's always like a flip of the coin, you know what I mean? You never know for sure. You know, it is interesting to say I'm um I'm too embarrassed to wear this outside, but you make videos online of it. I guess this one technically he took the comments off. It got the most likes, so maybe he is a little bit too afraid. I think yeah, it's just an AI image. Good job, bro. I like the real deal more. Does he like? He's got to like put some type of oil on his head or something. It's so slick. There's no way it's just this shiny naturally. This feels impossible. Imagine trying to think with that on. I could never. I think all you could do is think because it looks like it blocks your eyesight. You might not be able to see with it on. Oh, you do hear it fart actually just a little bit. I don't know if it got picked up through the. I mean, I'm sure it probably did. His head was so shiny, I thought it was the metal. He polishes it. He has to. There's no way you could get it that shiny without some polishing. What grit sandpaper does he use? He's really trying to force it down. He said there's too many air bubbles. Get them all out. Force them out. But I guess that's always the question, right? Is it fetish content? Oh, I want to show another instance. I can't even remember what it is. I don't know why I'm saying that. There was another instance of them. They showed another meme that I saw on Instagram first and that I shared here. I'm telling you. I know what's going to be on the H3 podcast. Come see my Instagram posts first. First, they show the some leather fetish content. I'm telling you, I know what they're gonna do. I forget what other one they just did recently. They did the leather content, and there was something else that I showed that was on Instagram. Instagram really is just full of the best content at the end of the day. But that's why you can't doom scroll. It's better to like have a curated time to be able to see these pages so that you can go follow the best of the best. He didn't make room for his eyes. That's what I was saying. Why are there multiple captains on screen right now? Hey, my hair's back. Thank you very much. Ah, thank you, Rum Tum Tugger. Sent one Captain Quasar gifted membership. Thank you for gifted.
Yay, I got a subscriber.
Thank you for gifted. I have a few new sound bites I need to do. I think I'm going to add them over the weekend. But let's move on from Laser Bald. Let me give him a follow real quick. You know, he's going to be coming. He's going to be blowing up one day. From Tum Tugger. 3? That's bullshit. I don't know what happened, Tugger. Gotta take it up with YouTube. Time to hit him up. Artist faxing. In 1992, artist Paul Sermon created a digital portal between two separate beds in different locations using two-way projections for his artwork. Telematic dreaming. Viewers would lay on these beds, and a live stream of them was projected onto the opposing beds in the other location. They could interact with each other across this live stream portal as newly disembodied projections formed. Hence the title, Telematic Dreaming. This process was meant to call into question the nature of digital relationships by blurring the line between presence and absence. Actually holding them, I don't know about this one. See, I was cool. I think I kind of like the idea of just like you're there but you're not there having a conversation. It's like the starting of getting some holograms, you know. It's like the poor man's hologram. Um and there are just so many of these though. Some of these photos are also just really cool. I think the photographer knew what they were doing. Never mind. This one honestly looks kind of goofy, I won't lie. It's all about the angles, and I feel like you have to kind of... I'd fluff them up a little bit. I'd make them almost look like a person, but then I'd be like, don't move. If you move, then it's gonna look off. You're gonna look lumpy. You'll look elongated across the side. There was defo room on the door for Jack. I think the question is, he could have fit, but would that weight have weighed the door down too much into the water? That's always like what the question is, right? Because yeah, they could like take turns or whatever, but I think theoretically the problem wasn't her being on top of the boat, or her being on top of the boat, her being on top of the door. The problem was prying his fingers, prying his cold dead fingers off of her, instead of just dragging him to shore so he wasn't lost at sea. You know, I think people forget about that part. No audio, or is that just me? Is everyone else getting audio? Audio. Testing. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Boobada 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 babada 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 smabada gambada. That work? Sorry, scrub. Gotta figure that out. Have you guys seen the Tap Dads? The Tap Dads are back. Oh wait, I can't play the music or no. You just have to see it by itself. Oh wait, that's just that. I forgot. That's all I liked from it. I think one of them doesn't have music. The Tap Dads were at the top. Tap Dads are back. Whatever. This one's over Chaperone. Go check them out though. Tap Dads. They're definitely going to be on America's Got Talent next. Maybe X Factor? Here, I'll do it for you. Pink Pony Club. I think that was good enough. And then here's a little world of t-shirts that I think kind of fits the watch talk. It fits watch talk, let's just say that. So every time they're talking about the watches, just remember good old Josh Block, World of T-Shirts, and his Rolex. This is how life sounds when you have a Rolex. And honestly, he's right. And that beat actually drops. I don't know if that's going to get me claimed. I really hope it doesn't. But that's what it sounds like. Honestly, I like the idea of it just going silent. Just going completely silent after that. That's what it sounds like. Turn off the noise. Turn off the brokies. You'll never have to listen to those poor fucks again. The second comment. The bite marks on the hand are a sign of sophistication and wealth. Hey. I think that actually the bite marks on the hand are technically completely separate from the conversation of sophistication and wealth. Those two things are not mutually exclusive or inclusive. So this is why Ethan can never hear AB. Oh, it all makes sense now. And does everybody here know Necro Pisser? The new band Necropisser dropping a new song January 17th, 2026, Castrated with a Shotgun. And for those who don't know, this is Necropisser right here.
Yo, so we are Necropisser. We're back again. But this time it's a song called Requiem by Chelsea Grant. We are Necropisser. This is a song by Chelsea Grant. Go ahead and start that shit.
Wait, is it just a...
It's just
But here's their original. They're dropping their original on January 17th. Necropisser. Oh, God damn it. No audio.
Yo, Necropisser fans. So this is the guitarist dad guy. He's mixing and mastering all this for us. We just completed the mixing and mastering. This song, Castrated with a Shotgun, will be out on January 17th, a Saturday. Let's go ahead and press play on this. This is mixed and mastered, ready to go on January 17th, 2026.
Guns don't kill people. I do.
I realize I'm going to break my headphones more.
Castrated with a Shotgun out on January 17th, 2026. Wait for it.
We're ready. We're waiting. Ready and waiting. Do they have their names? What are their names? Oh. Just Damian Lucas. I thought they were going to have, like, you know... I'm... Head Smasher. I don't know. I was trying to think of, like, you know, some metal names. I'm Thug Shaker. It's actually not that bad. I mean, for their age, I think that it's honestly pretty decent, and they'll definitely get better with age. You know what I mean? So I think that's a plus for sure. And the fact that they have a dad who's like, I don't know which one of their dads it is, but the fact that they have somebody that's willing to support them in that way and like actually kind of push them ahead, will definitely get them farther in life than not having that. So hope they stick to it. Kendrick Lamar been real quiet since Necropisser dropped. I ain't heard a word from him. That's black metal and other sub-genres. Fair enough, fair enough. Thug Shaker, but what about Salt Shaker? I wish that was my starting point. You gotta just take a metal vocalization class. The kid just needs to hit puberty. He's doing all right, but you can definitely tell that it's still a kid, which honestly makes it kind of funny. Like, it's not funny in a bad way. Like, it's just funny because it's like, it sounds decent, but then you can hear like subtle tones that you can tell are coming from a child. And then you're like, oh shit. Brutal Death, Grind, etc. Don't have silly names of their bandmates. They're just like, this is Steven. We're in a brutal death metal band. This is my buddy Kyle and Marcus. Sounds like a missed opportunity if you ask me. I feel like I walked into the boys' bathroom here. It kind of smells. I'm sorry. The girlies just haven't stopped in. I think it's because GWAM is live right now. I should give her a shout out, actually. because her stream is actually important. Let me pull it up on the side first. Boo 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 boo. I don't know how long she's going, but she has been doing and I don't, obviously the H3 podcast isn't going to be going live by the time that I'm done. I think they're going live later tonight. So I'm going to send you guys over to her when we're all finished up here. But obviously got to do my stream, get it in for the day. But she is fundraising stream for kids cancer research. So beautiful cause, amazing stuff. Definitely go check it out. But yes, I'll send you guys over there once we're all finished up. I don't have too much to show off today. Oh, thank you so much, Rum Tum Tugger, for the $2. New poll time. God, one sec. I have a thing. One sec. Oh, this is a good question. Honestly, I don't have a good question. No. I have like a list of them, but they're too generic, I feel like. Sometimes I feel like they're too generic. But let me talk about this as I'm thinking through these, because I think this might work for one. If you want a generic poll, that makes it easier, but remember your office rules. And this is showing Love bringing in their little dancing skeleton guy. Can we spend $300 to import this niche toy as a throwaway gag? And then it's Ethan. Aw, you're sweet. And then Tamara saying, can we spend $56 to look deeper into this study on topic for our segment? And it's Ethan saying, hello, human resources? Because he thinks that's inappropriate. I did think it was... Tamara, you need to learn from the crew. Learn from people like Dan. Take that initiative. Spend that money. Be like, so we just looked into this research a little bit deeper. Oh, what do you mean you put it? We had to put it on the company card. I relate to Tamara so much. She always says what I want said. I do think that Tamara and Morgan have been amazing additions to the podcast. They've added a new, a fresh air a bit. Because sometimes it's not that things get stale necessarily because the topics are always changing. But I do think that they've kind of added a new perspectives. It's all about different perspectives. You get what I'm saying, though. They've added kind of a new element to things, new dynamics, which I think make it more interesting, which everybody likes. Yeah, ask for forgiveness, not permission. Perfect. I'm sorry I did that. Those are the worst kind of people. No, that's how you know they're not. Nuh-uh. Oh my god. I can't think of a good poll, so this is the only thing I can come up with. I don't even know if I can think of 4. Now that it comes down to it. What's the 4th one? I barely came up with 3. I don't even know if the 3rd one necessarily counts. Literally the only poll I could think of is pick the better sitcom. And so far on the list, all I have is Full House, Family Matters, and then I was like, The fuck else is there? I could put like the Cosby Show, but who's gonna pick that? So I put Everybody Hates Chris because that's more my era, and I like that show. That's a good one. I liked Family Matters too. Actually, I watched Family Matters a lot. I watched Full House when I was little, but then I think I just started finding the characters annoying. Oh, Married with Children. Perfect. Thank you. Actually, that's actually a really good. Thank you. See, I could put The Simpsons or something, but that's good for like a cartoon. Maybe I'll do a cartoon poll this next week. I need to come up with a bunch because I need to start doing them in the beginning of the streams. But here we go. So pick the better sitcom. So it's not the best. Obviously, we don't have every sitcom on the list here. So just pick the better one out of these four: Full House, Family Matters, Everybody Hates Chris, or Married with Children. Everybody Hates Chris, pulling ahead, Married with Children. Oh, they're tied. They've made it tied. Oh, Everybody Hates Chris, pulling ahead, 40%. Married with Children at 27. Oh, pulling slightly up to the oh, their second places. Oh no, third and fourth are tied. Family Matters supremacy. Who doesn't love some Family Matters? Family does matter at the end of the day, right? Did you know that Jaleel White was also the voice of Sonic the Hedgehog on the Sonic the Hedgehog cartoons? I feel like everybody knows that at this point. Urkel, my man Urkel. Was Jaleel White... I'm trying to remember what movie Jaleel White was in when I was a kid. Was it Big Fat Liar? Was he in Big Fat Liar? Because I just remember there's a moment where they're like, "Oh, you played Urkel," and he's like, "Bro, I'm fucking Jaleel White. Don't call me Urkel." I've seen two of them, but voting Everybody Hates Chris because no laugh track. Go watch Everybody Hates Chris on Tubi. I completely forgot that the original series, and they must have added this to like the DVD box set, you know, whatever. Caruso just calls Chris the N-word hard R in the first episode. It's insane. I was like, holy shit. I just watched it on Tubi and I was like, oh my god. It genuinely like took me aback. I was like, Jesus. But you know, it's real. It's realistic for the time. He's telling his story. Chris Rock is telling his story as a youth. Now I see why there's no women in here. Cap and be scaring the hoes. What did I do? Wait, when were you a kid? How old, Quasar? I'm only 24. Only. Oh no. I'm pushing Unk status now. He does? He does what? I forgot what I said now. Not participating in the poll since my life is the best sitcom. You know what, Internet Tough Guy? I can't argue with that. My life is straight to DVD. I don't know if that... I don't think that's the compliment you think it is. But let's move along here. We're gonna watch this clip. I actually didn't watch the clip. I was so taken aback. What the fuck is this Santa he has in the background? So he has Black Santa, and Black Santa is good, and it's good for representation. But Hasan isn't black, and having a dancing Black Santa as a decoration in the back of your stream feels a little bit weird. But then I was like, what is this Santa though? It just looks off. So I found the exact model. I just don't know how to feel about this because it's not a black Santa. It is a white Santa. Oh, I don't have the other frame pulled up. It is a white Santa that they used. There's a white Santa and a white Mrs. Claus, and then they have a black Santa version where his skin is just darker, and then they didn't give him any kind of textured hair. They just basically like used a curling iron on his beard for individual curls. It's so fucking weird. It's just, I can tell what he did was he looked up dancing black Santa. First of all, weird enough, and then bought the first thing he saw. But then calling yourself Unk when you know 80% of your chat is older than you is so funny. If you're Unk, then what am I? We're all Unk and Auntie at the end of the day, right? I like the super freak skeleton better. super freak. That's so much better. But then I went to look because I was like, how hard is it to find an actual good, like, you know, there's a lot of black Santa. Like I said, it's good for representation. There's Mexican Santa too. I've seen little sombrero Santa, you know? Some good stuff. But then I found this one and I was just like, so there are good like dancing Santa, like if you really for some reason need black dancing Santa for your decoration in the background for some reason, why not get one that actually looks decent?
How about a song to get you into the holiday spirit? Dashing through the snow.
Great stuff, but yeah, it feels weird. It's the fact that they didn't try at all. I don't necessarily think it's like super racist. I just think it's crazy. And then Hasan using it in his background just feels a little icky, I guess I'll say. It really just bugs me that they couldn't get some kind of textured hair, like some kind of textured for the beard. Because like it doesn't even necessarily need to be like some black people have straighter hair for their beards. Why the fuck did they curl it with like a curling iron? Because you can tell that's what they did. Because you can see up here, it, like... Does Black Santa dye his hair? Yeah, I don't know why he has a dark beard too. Because they... Like, he has a white beard. He has like a peppered beard. They left a little bit in, I guess. They put soul glow on Black Santa's beard. Yeah, that's what it is. No, yeah, he should still have white hair. I feel like that's part of the that's part of the look for sure. But let's hear. I'm sorry, that was literally not part of what this had nothing to do with the actual clip. I was literally just so taken aback by this. I didn't know what to think. The lips also seem a bit racist. Yeah, they're really. That was like the thing that seemed weird because with this low resolution, all I see is Black Santa. I can tell it's like a Black Santa, but he has super red lips. And then when I found out which one it was, I saw the beard and everything, and I was like, what the fuck is this? But yeah, let's see what this actual clip is about. That's besides the point. Let's just watch him dance awkwardly in the background, I guess.
Also, a quick shout out. We're live on BDBD as well. We're dual casting. BDBD just cut out, bro. Yeah, I don't know why. What is it? Do we do a no-no thing? I wonder why. I'll ask the team. All right, I got to figure out why the BDBD one got banned. I wonder if it's the chat. What is BDBD? You keep saying BDBD is like the Chinese version of Twitch, basically. And I was trying to dual cast on there as well, but it didn't work out. Or not banned, but like they ended the broadcast. But I don't know why. Oh, it was because I was showing Twitch chat. That's why. Your videos on BDBD always censor the chat on screen. Oh, it's like YouTube.
All the money spent on Christmas decorations could have gone to Palestine, or it could have gone to literally anything. But again, it's the performative male, right? It's the Bilibili is like Chinese streaming monopoly site. Is it just like their #1 streaming site that's, is it government owned or something? Billy streaming. Come on, AI, give me an overview. What is it? A dynamic video sharing platform often called China's YouTube, popular with Gen Z for its ACG, anime, comics, games focus, but now covering broad entertainment, tech, and educational content, distinguished by its unique Danmu bullet chart, real-time scrolling comments. So it's a live streaming and strong creator fan community. Okay, it's a publicly traded company. Insignificant order. Public investors. Obviously, they're still going to be held to whatever China's, restrictions are. But I was wondering what the actual like ownership was. But yeah, it seems like it's just a publicly traded company. Quasar, do you need a creative director? Possibly, you know. That might be what's necessary at this point. Ham is bored.
But more aggressive. It's not even a ban. It's just that they turned it off. But yeah, I think it was because I had my chat on my screen, like right here. This brother, you did not just seriously remove chatters from the screen for BDB to just say you hate us, brother. I'm still watching. It's just not on screen. You cannot dual stream. No, you can dual stream. It's just like you can't show chat from like when you're dual casting, even on like YouTube and Twitch and stuff. I think like every platform on live streaming has like restrictions on showing chat from a different platform. Even when you put up YouTube videos, for example, in the first 5 minutes, everyone will censor the YouTube. By the way, not having the chat on the right side of the screen has given me so much freedom to just move around. Wee woo. BDBD stream is down again? Huh. I wonder why. Let's see. Maybe it's politics.
I wonder why. Wouldn't your first instinct to be like, oh, so it wasn't the chat? Like, I feel like you'd be a little bit more confused than this.
And if that's the case, then we just don't stream. It could be because I'm showing like Twitter and stuff. And if that's the case, then we just won't. If they have issues with like showing other like foreign websites and stuff like that, like specifically Twitter, then GG's, then I can't. I was showing. Why are you capitulating?
You should look up what Dutch celebrate on December 6th. Sinterklaas. I actually read something about it recently. And I was like, oh, Santa Claus, Sinterklaas. Because I was looking back into like the origins and like the original colorations of like Father Christmas and stuff, and the transition into the red coloring, stuff like that. Coca-Cola and what have you.
Capitulating to government censorship? Capitulating to government censorship? It's a fucking social media platform. And it's not a capitulation. Like, what do you mean? Every social media platform has rules. Some of them are dumb. Some of them I don't personally agree with. You're on Twitch, right? Right now, a platform that basically censored the term Zionist at the behest of the ADL. What should I do? Brute force it? What should I do? You just make do and you fucking play ball. But yeah, we won't be. Why aren't you brute forcing your way through the platform TS? Why are you always allowing yourself to get banned? It's not even a ban. I think they just like the admin takes the stream off. It is what it is. All right, we'll stop that destination. Hopefully it won't break the stream at all, but boom, disabled. Okay. It's just us now.
Always was. But yes, our socialist king with weird... And again, I don't want to make it seem like I have an issue with anybody having a Black Santa. I think Black Santa and having other types of Santas are good for representation purposes. But I do think it's weird for a white streamer to use Black Santa as a decoration next to his Labubu and Tony Chopper box. I don't even know what this is. Truly a socialist king with a massive tree. China isn't as good as you're trying to make it out, Hasan. What do you mean? China's the best. Oh, Family Matters is winning with 27%? Wow. Okay, Family Matters and Everybody Hates Chris are winning with 27%. And then Full House and Married with Children are tied too with 23%. So we only have a first and second place right now. This proves sitcoms are just kind of good. Everybody loves to hate on them, but at the end of the day, you love them. Pretty good, 30 votes. How many people do we actually have in here right now? 37? So that's most of the people in here right now. We'll see if we get some more votes on it, but you know, we will see. I'll let it go for another little bit. But apparently Hasan is also not happy that his reputation with the youth has been irreparably tarnished. And I think first things first is he needs to realize you can't like fix or hurt your reputation with the youth. They'll think something of you, then probably forget about it. And then if they see something good about you later on, they'll think that and then probably forget about it. That's kind of like the ways I feel like most people kind of go. Especially when you're younger and haven't like formed solid opinions on things yet. You're kind of willing to flow. You're willing to bandwagon, you know what I mean? And right now, there is a little bit of a bandwagon push against Hasan. And I might think that it's more appropriate than others. But it's not really anything you're going to be able to stop in terms of like the social conversation. Like, you can put out... especially because it's like, when we talk about Ethan and Ethan Klein's issues with trying to disprove all of these claims of Zionism and stuff like that. It's like there's actual false claims being made. Hasan just feels like the words are too harsh. It's the same way that Nick Fuentes doesn't want to be called a racist, but believes in race realism. You are quite literally a classical racist, but you don't want to act like it. Hasan supports terrorism, but doesn't want to believe it, like doesn't want to take that take that for what it is. Oh, thank you so much for Jules is cool.
Yay, I got a subscriber.
Thank you for the gifted. Thank you for the gifted. Oh, Internet Tough Guy is now a member. Wow.
My reputation with the youth has been so irreparably tarnished, I think, that most young people think like I'm whatever the fuck they saw last.
No, yeah, exactly. That's literally what I just said. And I don't think that that's necessarily a good thing or a bad thing. That's just what it is. You know, that's how it goes. How the cookie crumbles, if you will.
Because, I'm not very, I have my moments, but people on, it's difficult. People on TikTok already, like people on TikTok, even fucking, even leftists on TikTok will regularly do call out posts on people like myself. The entirety of the liberal content creators are constantly fucking shitting on the left, and the entirety of the right-wing content creators are shitting on the left. All the apolitical people are shitting on the left. Everyone's shitting on the left. So if you're like a young boy and You haven't really thought about what you...
I mean, I guess I'd say that there's a bigger, like, active hate against the right at the moment, but it probably goes back and forth pretty consistently. And I'd say that the hate is mostly against Hasan as opposed to his values. They're kind of specific in the way that they talk about him. He cares way too much. Yeah, Hasan cares too much about the opinions of others. Maybe Hasan should try being less awful. Well, it's funny because it seems like his immediate thought is like, how do I propagandize against it? Like, that's kind of the energy that's coming off of this.
Your politics are, you literally never even open the door to leftist content. You never even broach that shit because either you are immediately branded as an annoying woke scold, which nobody likes, even though I'm not that, but it doesn't matter because the very fact that I'm not that also leads to a lot of people getting mad at me for not being that, right? People on the left get mad at me for not being an annoying woke scold. People on the right consistently call me an annoying woke scold. So it's a really shitty media environment to operate in.
I don't know.
And it's funny because that's quite literally the complaint that I feel like Nick Fuentes makes. And he doesn't like to be compared to Nick Fuentes, but it's like you guys are quite literally the perfect parallels. Because Nick Fuentes says the same thing, that the right thinks that he's too the left calls him racist, but I forget what he says about the right, but it's the same thing, that he believes that there's hate coming from both sides. I think that he talks about how the right agrees with Israel too much, so he gets hate for that. And it's just like, yeah, different people have different perspectives on things. And the fact that you believe that it's just because there's a I don't know, it's just like pushback is kind of inevitable, right? Like, you should be able to contend with the pushback that you get. I don't feel like Hasan ever actually tries to argue the points, the actual arguments being made, and it's mostly just complaining that the arguments were made at all. Who do you think is the least evil? Hasan, Destiny, Vaush. Is it Vaush? I can never say it right. Vaush. I just like saying it like that. Vaush. Define evil, I guess. I'd say Vaush is probably the least impactful, right? So it's like he has the... Yeah, he has no actual victims. But I don't know if that necessarily means... I don't know enough about his politics to actually be able to make a critique. But I don't know. I'd say Hasan and Destiny are probably pretty equal in terms of the actual effect that they've had. Hasan's more popular, so his effect might be slightly greater. I think if we're talking about intent, they all probably think that they're doing the right thing. I think there are very few people that are in it to do wrong. Like, I don't think that Hasan, truly, I don't think that Hasan does it just for the money. I think that he's an ideologue, and gaining as much money as possible is part of that. You know what I mean? Creating a space for himself to be at the top is necessary in his ideology, in a sense. That makes Vosh even more evil. He gets nothing done and it gets nothing out of it, but he still does evil stuff. You're right. it's like a guy that wants to like hurt people every single day, but he doesn't do anything. Is he still a bad guy? Yeah, kind of. Hasan is the least evil, probably, but he is just so lost in his ego that he cannot reflect on his actions. See, I don't know though. When it actually comes down to like, does Hasan value the life of others? Not even in like terms of specific groups. Just in general, I don't think Hasan really cares about people that much. He consciously and directly stokes and sows division. Yeah, Hasan is worst of the three. Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's fair because Hasan understands his whole trying to hide it from the masses and like kind of inundate his audience in a sense. I said in a sense in like the last like three times in the last few sentences, but he's trying to drip feed his audience and not allow the greater world to see it. And Destiny is willing to be a bit more like verbose to the public because it's something that he actually believes. And so I guess Hasan is a bit more slimy in that way. And he has the most vitriolic rhetoric. I don't know. The things Destiny said about like here's the thing. I think when people bring up the fact that like when Trump got shot, everybody was saying, "Oh, it was God that let him live," and then they forget about the father that got killed instead because of the bullet that went flying. And Destiny made much more callous comments about that, about like it being like pretty. This is a very rough retelling of what Destiny said, but it was basically that if you are going to something like this, then I'm not going to feel bad if this type of thing happens to you. And I think that that is an extremely callous thing to say about a specific individual. Hasan doesn't value life. That is true. But yeah, I guess that's the argument though, is Hasan probably might think certain things like that, but I guess he just doesn't say it as much. He isn't willing to say it. Like when he talked to like posting a gun, posting the DIY gun that killed why can't I remember his name? Shinzo Abe, yes. I was like, let me make sure I'm getting the right person. But yeah. Like Hasan, again, he's not necessarily being direct in that statement. Like, he's not making a statement with that. But like, you can kind of... It's pretty obvious that he's saying, hey, somebody should make this gun and go kill this guy, which is absolutely insane. It's really a hard... Yeah, the way he berated people of color and women in his chat is very indicative of his true colors. To that same point, Hasan tweeted out, yeah, exactly. I'd peg Hasan. Back it up, big boy. Okay, that's the better question. Who's the most peggable? Well, okay. Okay, never mind. I was gonna say Vosh might be into it because he likes the horses, but he wanted to be the horse, so that doesn't necessarily work. Well, I wouldn't do it non-consensually ever. If he was into it, I would. This is all under the context of them wanting it, them begging for it, needing it, craving it. That's... He's definitely down, I can tell. There's always you can smell it in the air. But let's continue. We're almost out of the Hasan talk. Sorry, I didn't realize I had this many when I was setting up the stream today. But Hasan Piker gets caught bullshitting about Chinese economics. Honestly, I'll skip this one. I'll save this one for next week. This guy gives like some pretty good run, but again, it's just like, I know Hasan's bullshit. I don't necessarily care to hear 8 minutes about Chinese economics. So I'll take his word for it for now. Ah, Grape Tickler, you're just a second too late. Did you see the Olivia Snark video? It was amazing. That's what we're talking about today. Debunking H3 Snark, Olivia, by the law. So we are going to be checking this out. I need to give the law a subscribe too. And that's why I'm trying to finish these up, because it's like I'm almost done. The video is not very long, but I want to make sure we have the time. Leave AB's name out of your creepy mouth.
Ethan would just throw AB at you and run. No, be more realistic, okay? AB would throw himself in front of Ethan.
Ah, thank you so much, Beppis. Sent 1 Captain Quasar gifted membership.
Yay, I got a subscriber.
Ooh. Shout out everybody that's a member. Doing a members only stream tomorrow. We're going to be talking about some stuff. You know, I'm going to leave it up to chat a bit because we're going to go for quite a while, I think. I have the time where we're going to be doing kind of a longer stream. So I'm going to let chat kind of carry it for a bit, but we do have some topics, including Hasan and Nicholas Fuentes, because I'm working on a video right now and it's just becoming too much at this point. So I'll explain more about that tomorrow. Thank you to all the members. So there is more members content coming. I do appreciate all the support. Denims is such a bitter spirit. I just don't even know. Like, I understand a lot of the stuff that I do on my streams is me getting a little upset. Oh, Rue Archive sent 5 Cabin Quasar gifted memberships.
Yay, 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 I got a subscriber.
Oh my god. Did you, wait, you somehow gifted yourself a membership? That's kind of dope. Does that always happen when you're not a member to start? Let's go. Oh, I really appreciate it. I really do. Okay. Just another one for all the... Oh, Alex the Fiction sent 1 Cabin Quasar gifted membership. Thank you for the gifted.
Yay, I got a subscriber.
This one goes out to you, Alex. This is a famous Alex the Fiction quote.
Why are you gay?
Famous Alex the Fiction quote.
Why are you gay?
Can you feel the love tonight? I can.
Ethan would just throw AB at you and run. No, be more realistic, okay? AB would throw himself in front of Ethan to protect him, okay? No, Ethan, careful. The fucking Arab is gonna get you.
Isn't it ironic? Wait, why did she say that too? What? Thank you so much, Ham. Welcome to Quasar's Cadets. Welcome all the new members.
Yay, I got a subscriber.
But yes. I do think this is ironic though, because this is exactly what she's doing for Hasan. Like, you threw yourself in front of, like, you threw yourself on the sword for Hasan in terms of the content nuke. And in that time, committed copyright infringement. Like, that's kind of what this all started from.
The fucking Arab is gonna get you. I'll protect you.
I mean, I guess she's Arab. I don't know. I'll just assume she is, because she said that. But yeah, that's it's a weird thing to say when talking about AB as well. I don't know. It just feels like a weird, like, kind of dynamic to draw there. Is she bad-mouthing Hutch? Oh, don't get me started a fucking again. I don't know if she said anything specifically about Hutch. See, I hope one day I can get big enough where I can speak to I almost said Lutch, because I was saying Hutch and Lonerbox. They're two people that I do appreciate when I see in conversations. Maybe I'll see if I can get if I can make a complaint or something. I'll find a complaint to make and see if I can get some time on I don't even remember what his podcast is called that he does at night, that Hutch does. Denims is the closest thing a female can be to having a punchable face, but we don't do that. No, I mean, honestly, I think there are just certain people, it's not punchable face. There are just certain people where the energy, the vibe, everything that they do, the ways that they act, the ways that they are, really just give you that, it's the ick. It is truly an ick, and she is a walking ick. Yeah, Loner gets randoms on call all the time on stream. I'll just be like, Lonerbox, I'm a big fan. Yeah, Lib and Learn, that's it. I remember, I knew it was Lib and something, and I was like, it's... For some reason, the fact that Lib is the fill-in for Liv didn't make sense to me in the moment, trying to remember it. Oh, thank you, Rum Tum Tugger sent 1 Captain Quasar gifted membership.
Yay, I got a subscriber.
In a minute, we're not going to have anybody left to give memberships to. I really appreciate it, everybody. You're all amazing, beautiful souls. I really, and even you regular schmegulas in here that aren't members, I appreciate you too. But honestly, all this love that everybody's been sending, I truly do appreciate it. Hutch and IRI are the only 2 decent people on that pod. I know I don't really like Pisco. Pisco just is probably where I would draw my biggest complaint, probably. Is it Pisco or Pisco? I know that almost sounded like I was being rude. Is it just, I honestly don't know how to say the name. But every time I've heard like him in conversation, it always just seems like he's trying to play the contrarian. And that never sits right with me. But we just finished that. Perfect. Done with Reddit. We're set. Have they set up a live yet? No? No, they haven't. I'm wondering when they're going to set this up. I'm going to check it when they do. Thank you so much. Ham sent 1 Captain Quasar gifted membership. Wham, wham.
Yay, I got a subscriber.
Piss Company. Ham Sandwich feeding us. Ricky One Eye sent 1 Captain Quasar gifted membership. Thank you so much.
Yay, I got a subscriber.
I'm feeling the love. I'm feeling the love today. But let's send Olivia some love now. And watch this. Debunking H3 Snark. Olivia. So I really haven't gotten to see too much of this. I was reading through a lot of the comments more so to get kind of the vibe of how this was going. So I wanted to kind of, do that first before actually checking through the video. I skimmed just a few parts, but I really did want to watch it on stream to see what they got to say. Because I saw a couple things people talking about Comrade Casey, and I genuinely, I don't know if I can handle it. Let's get a few bonks in now. Oh, that's a good point. If you don't know, you have to enable on YouTube to receive gifted memberships. If you don't have it enabled, you will not receive a gifted. So make sure you have that enabled on your YouTube account. I think you do it in the settings. It's somewhere in the settings. Or do you do it directly on the page? Alex of Fiction, tell them. This video is wild, dude. You're in for a good time. I'm ready for it. Let's see.
On September 8th, 2025, Ethan Klein announced on the H3 podcast.
Is it a little quiet? Am I crazy?
On September 8th, 2025,
Okay,
Ethan Klein announced on the H3 podcast that crew member Olivia is taking a mental health break from the show.
But there is also something not fun that I need to announce today, which is that our dear beloved Olivia is taking a mental health break from the show.
It's now been over 3 months since Olivia has left the show, and honestly, I don't blame her for stepping away. The endless targeted harassment towards Olivia from not just H3 Snark, but also from H3 Snark supporters would take a mental toll on anyone. But what I didn't expect was for a comment with over 500 upvotes claiming that H3 Snark had nothing to do with Olivia taking a mental health break.
She quit after the backlash from the pedo troll account. She was apparently in one VOD the day after, but never appeared after the pedo troll podcast. That has nothing to do with any of us.
And even now, a deleted post with over 1,000 upvotes putting all the blame on Ethan Klein. H3 Snark is really trying to change the narrative that didn't endlessly harass the crew members of the H3 podcast so that they are pressured to leave the show. So let's talk about it. The week before Olivia went on a mental health break, one of the top posts on H3 Snark was a post with over 2,000 upvotes calling out Olivia for being a fake feminist. Now, without context, the picture in the post, along with the title, portrays Olivia endorsing Keemstar, which just isn't the case. If you take a look at the video this screenshot was taken from, not only is it clear that it's a skit because Keemstar's show is a recurring meme on the H3 podcast, but also Olivia makes it clear that she didn't even want to entertain the idea that she endorses Keemstar to the point that she refused to cheer his name during the skit, even as a joke.
That's right. No. Well, it's all memes, guys. It's all memes. We're all locals now. Everybody say, Daniel Keemstar. Daniel Keemstar. Roll it. Say.
Besides the post clearly showing bad faith towards Olivia, what raised the red flag for me was when the post would be deleted by the Reddit user when Olivia announced her mental health break from the show. So I asked myself what the great iDubbbz would ask himself in this.
Honestly though, them deleting it after she went on her mental health break almost makes me think that they were thinking like, oh, finally, someone actually, like, I do think that a lot of the different snarkers have different limits to what they would take as acceptable like action taken by the crew. Like, I think that some people are like, okay, I think they think like Zach's too far gone. If Olivia leaves, then we like Olivia still. If Lena and AB leave, we're still kind of mad at AB. He's going to have a journey to take before we accept him back. I feel like different people have like these different ideas about what they think is acceptable from the crew and what they need to do in order to like win like these individuals back. And it is just so odd when you see instances like that, because I don't see why that would even cause them to delete that post. Like, unless they're accepting it, but the fact that some people, I don't know, it is so weird. I guess we'll see. Let's keep watching. The snark will never make sense to me, so it's kind of hard to just try and rationalize it at the end of the day.
Situation.
Who the fuck is the person on the Reddit who's posting this in the first place?
The Redditor is called Aggravated Hippie, and besides having the embarrassing achievement of not just being the top 1% of comments, but also the top 1% of posts on H3 Snark, it was clear that this Redditor was clearly obsessed with the H3 podcast. The Redditor even created a subreddit dedicated to Ethan's pet dog, Shredder.
Aww.
Oh wait, this Redditor made a subreddit to roleplay as Ethan's pet dog, asking Ethan why he killed him. At this point, it should be clear to anyone watching that Aggravated Hippie has a mental...
Okay, here's the thing. Two things about this. One, this is already crazy. Two, we know that they're crazy because you know those people that have pet accounts or like their accounts or their baby, like DJ Khaled's account of his son, where he's like, "I love you, Dad." People that post stuff like that, where they're like role playing as their kid or role playing as their pet, you know there's something off. So this guy role playing as Shredder in this instant, it's like, in this instance, you're proving it. And the 5 online, that makes me wonder. That I'm confused by this. Because are there no... Okay. I'm looking at it too deeply.
Why he killed him. At this point, it should be clear to anyone watching that Aggravated Hippie has a mentally unwell obsession with the H3 podcast. But besides roleplaying as Ethan's dog, this snarker was also obsessed with Olivia by taking every chance to make fun of her whenever she did her presentations on the podcast, or even if she just appeared on camera for a second. But if you're like me, you might have wondered why this snarker uses a different photo of Olivia every time they talk about her. Luckily, Reddit keeps track of the exact time a comment is posted, so I decided to compare the time the snarker posted the photo of Olivia to the time the show went live that day. Taking a look at this comment, you can see it was posted on June 20th at 12:40 p.m. according to Reddit, and the H3 show also happened to go live that day, but started 9 minutes late at 12:39 p.m. according to the H3 subreddit. So the snarker posted a...
There's a new Cruel World Happy Mind. Is it anything important? I looked on both of her channels. It looks like she took down that one video that we watched recently. Am I wrong? Because it was in these, right? This one just dropped. We need to talk about internalized misogyny. Didn't she... Wait, wasn't the last video that she made on this channel? I think she deleted it. Because I swear that it was a video, right? Well, did she leave the lives? Oh no, she took those lives down too about Ethan. She took the lives down. She took the video down and then is making a video about internalized misogyny after going on this whole like rant about how she's trying to do positive content now and trying to make people feel better and stuff. Wasn't that the whole point of what she was talking about? Oh, sorry, I'm having to go back like that. Yeah, this was 3 weeks ago. Yeah, audio jump scare. I'm really sorry. Yeah, she made one tripling down. That's what I thought. She made like another one, but then she deleted all of them. Stop that. Then she deleted all of them and then made something about internalized misogyny. And it looks like she's not trying to... Oh my god. Oh my god. I don't know if I'm gonna watch this right now. I guess it's my misogyny. It's not internalized because I guess maybe it is. Who knows? I don't know. Can a man have internalized misogyny, or wouldn't it just be would it just be misogyny at that point? Or I guess if I see myself as a progressive, would it still be considered internalized misogyny? I don't know. I don't care. Again, too dumb to try and rationalize. But I don't know. Is this considered quadrupling down? You know, I made a joke when we first started this whole Cruel World Happy Mind Ethan Klein H3 conversation. I kept saying she's doubling down, tripling down, quadrupling down, quintupling down, sextupling down, septupling down, octupling down, nonupling down, decupling down, unupling down. Like you can keep going forever. She's literally doing it now. Like she's actually doing that. I think if you transition, it would be considered internalized. You can hate her because she sucks. yeah, that's not misogyny. No, I didn't. Yeah, I know that. I know that much. I'm like, I don't hate her because she's a woman. There's a lot of other reasons I dislike her. Inceptionalized. It's just... Remember before when we were talking about icks? She is an ick. Her and Denims are both walking icks. It's never too late, Captain. The transitioning journey is always just right in front of you. It only takes the proper eyes to see it. Mormon glazed out. That's the one, Coco. She took down the I've learned so much about how many misogynist women were in my audience. Yeah, I've learned so much. That's what it was. I've learned so much. Cruel World, Happy Mind. That's what it was called. She's infinitupling down. She just keeps quumming on everything. Okay, let's get back to something. This video is better for sure than Cruel World, Happy Mind, but I don't know if the topic's necessarily better. All these arguments are probably about as half-assed.
A photo of Olivia at around the 1 minute mark after the show went live. And do you know what happened 1 minute into the show that day?
Defending me.
I just feel that, you know.
Your birthday does. The camera switched to Olivia for literally less than a second, and this obsessed snarker paused the live to take a screenshot of Olivia. So not only does this snarker
that's even weirder because that's not something that you could get through like timestamps easily. Right?
I feel that.
So the snarker posted a photo of Olivia at around the 1 minute mark after the show went live. And do you know what happened 1 minute into the show that day?
Defending me.
I just feel that you.
I guess it's only 1 minute in, so they only had to watch through the beginning. But I guess two have been waiting for them to go live and watch it from the beginning. Like, they do timestamps for a reason. I feel like that would help out the snarkers, right? They can watch just the specific parts they want to see.
You know.
Your birthday does. The camera switched to Olivia for literally less than a second, and this obsessed snarker paused the live to take a screenshot of Olivia. So not only does this snarker spread misinformation of Olivia on H3 Snark, but this freak hate watches the show while they're live, and whenever Olivia is on screen for even a second, they pause the live stream, take a screenshot of Olivia, go to H3 Snark, and upload the screenshot with a caption harassing Olivia. Yet H3 Snark wants to claim that they weren't the reason why Olivia had to take a mental health break. Now, do you think that an obsessed snarker who hate watches the show while they're live and harasses Olivia?
Oh, Pearl's internalized misogyny. Yeah, I almost said cruel Pearl. Just Pearly Things is definitely a good example of internalized misogyny. But on some level too, I think Cruel World, Happy Minds calling everything internalized misogyny when talking about the criticisms made by other women, I think is almost in itself a form, like kind of some form of internalized misogyny, because she's assuming that everybody who doesn't like if you aren't a woman standing for every single woman, then somehow that's you like fighting for the patriarchy or something. Which is like, if anything, you should just be listening to women's criticisms more like deeply and not just brushing it off as siding with a man. But again, I'm just a man. I don't know. I hate watch Alex the Fiction, just trying to tickle his grapes. We know that's true, Grape Tickler. I hate watch Alex food videos. You watch them and you're just like, oh, they are eating too much. Alex the Friction. Ooh, I like that one.
Olivia won't also harass her outside of the podcast? Well, the answer to that question brings us to the next point. For those...
No! Not Casey! The other Casey. Comrade Casey. North Star Radio. I have to say, I found a North Star Radio video. It was this one, actually. The Nuclear Fallout, Ethan Klein. The video reaction's still up on my channel. I found that video to be terrible. And the people in my comments literally couldn't say anything good about this video. I saw one comment that was literally like, if you think you can debunk this so easily, why don't you watch Bad and Banana's video instead? And that made me crack up.
who don't know, North Star Radio is a commentary YouTuber who's been posting video essays on Ethan Klein and crying on Twitter that Ethan doesn't watch his videos on the podcast because Ethan is scared of him. But what this dude left out is that the one time Ethan decided to talk about him, North Star Radio panicked and messaged Dan, the producer of the H3 podcast, to stop talking about him.
Oh, Comrade Casey just messaged me and said I'd appreciate not being talked about on the show.
Shut up, bitch! Talk about these nuts, motherfucker. You appreciate me not talking about you?
I just
Suck my
responded,
dick,
bruh.
bitch. Suck my tiny Zionist cock, you fuck.
Funnily enough, North Star Radio didn't include this moment when he made his video on Ethan because he knows that he looks like a coward-ass loser. But what does North Star Radio have to do with Olivia? Well, there's one moment in North Star Radio's video on Ethan Klein that I want to talk about.
On the very next episode of your podcast, you covered 2 blatant examples of anti-Semitism, but then pivoted to stalking my Reddit history.
In North Star Radio's own words, Ethan Klein stalked him because Ethan looked at his Reddit profile on the podcast. Now, this logic doesn't make any sense when North Star Radio used his Reddit profile to constantly post on Ethan's subreddit, so he should have expected that Ethan will look at his profile at one point or another. But using North Star Radio's own logic, someone is considered a stalker if they view a person's online profile. Now, with that being said, let's look at Comrade Casey's stalker behavior towards Olivia. Over on Twitter, Comrade Casey replied to a post from Olivia telling her to leave the H3 podcast. Keep in mind that Olivia wasn't even talking about the H.
Yo, I knew it. What the fuck is this guy's name? What the fuck is this fucking piece of shit's name? Not Comrade Casey. Comrade Casey literally looks like Charles Grainer from Abu Ghraib. One of the guys that like abused abused prisoners in Abu Ghraib. They literally look almost identical. This is actually striking to me. Got the same energy too. There's a vibe here that I just don't like. Get it off my screen. Which one?
Towards Olivia. Over on Twitter, Comrade Casey replied to a post from Olivia telling her to leave the H3 podcast. Keep in mind that Olivia wasn't even talking about the H3 podcast in her Twitter post. In fact, she was promoting her YouTube channel completely separate from her job, and this dude comes out of nowhere harassing her to leave the H3 podcast. So using Comrade Casey's own logic, he's not only stalking Olivia, but he's also harassing her to leave her job when she's not even working. Comrade Casey was also the first person to break the news on Twitter that Olivia is taking a break from the H3 podcast. So just like the previous Snarker, Comrade Casey also hate watches the show while they are live and purposely watches it to target Olivia. But don't just take that from me. In fact, take it from Comrade Casey himself in his deleted Reddit profile. Not only did Comrade Casey confess to watching the H3 podcast because he's obsessed with Olivia.
Whoa. Wasn't Comrade Casey the one that was obsessed with love too? Or am I mistaking that with someone else? I'm totally there with you. Watched from the beginning, fell off a bit in the pandemic, then fall 2021, I became obsessed after they hired Olivia. Now I'm just sad knowing that my favorite show, literally the only thing I watch, is hosted by a complete dumbass with weird views about the world.
Olivia, but this loser-ass stalker also said he's in love with Olivia on the H3 Snark subreddit. Now I understand why Comrade Casey messaged Dan to stop talking about his Reddit profile.
Yeah, he was pretending to be love. That's what it was. He was pretending to fucking be love. This dude's he might have some issues.
On the podcast, besides the fact that Comrade Casey didn't want Ethan to see that he used the H3 subreddit as a way to get his rocks off, but Comrade Casey also didn't want Olivia to see his weird...
Wait, what did that say? Oh my god, my DMs are open for business inquiries. Definitely not because I'm thirsty for hoes. Saying it, using hoes ironically is one thing. This feels unironic. Bro's actually thirsty.
as a way to get his rocks off, but Comrade Casey
Not gonna lie, whenever Olivia is on screen, I get butterflies.
also didn't want Olivia to see.
Olivia could rock this fit, bro. I wish I could see. This has one comment. I wish I could see like the. I wish people would have seen these and given them like the proper downvoting that they needed.
His weird parasocial post about her, including a post where he asked.
A conversation between Olivia and Sam thanks to ChatGPT. Oh no! Oh no! This is like actual stalker behavior. This is really bad.
ChatGPT to generate a scenario where Olivia leaves the H3 podcast to go to Israel with Trisha. Now, I use ChatGPT for my coding assignments and to help write college essays, but I have never seen someone use ChatGPT to generate fantasy scenarios of the person you're obsessed with. That's a new level of parasocial obsession that is really concerning.
There is a difference between liking the energy that Olivia brought to the podcast in terms of like youthfulness, talking about theater, like different aspects that she's brought to the podcast. And then they're saying things like Olivia looking stunning in 2023. Those comments aren't necessary. This is so weird.
Because this dude unironically believes
this is super fucking creepy. I knew you were gonna flip cap. I'm literally like losing it. Because here's the thing, I understand like men's biggest issue is literally what they do to themselves in terms of like obsessing and expectations and obsession. And this is like part of it. It's like this weird, I don't know, it's just, it creeps me out. It really does. Because like I've said this before and I truly do believe it. If you are a person, and this doesn't just go for men, this goes for anybody, and you feel like you cannot attract others, do not just try and attract the people that like, don't just go after everybody. Try and get better at your interpersonal skills, get better at communication, get better at, starting a conversation, knowing how to flow in a conversation, knowing how to let others talk, how, and figure out what you actually like in people. And I feel like the problem becomes a lot of individuals end up obsessing and idealizing individuals and specific aspects of them, and then that ends up like just devolving from there. It's so just weird. He openly wants to oh my god. Yeah, loneliness and desperation are a hell of a drug. It's a hell of a cocktail, those two.
The chance of being Olivia's boyfriend despite never meeting her in person. This brings me back to the question I asked in the beginning of the video. Do you think that...
And again, even if you do have those thoughts or something, and it's like a passing thought because you're attracted to somebody, you don't need to share those things. And you should probably try and weed them out of your mind and be like, oh, don't be thinking like that. That's weird. Unnecessary thoughts. Sometimes maybe you were going a little too long on No Nut November, and you had a passing thought about a random barista. Correct yourself. Like, god damn. But again, if you are going out in public and communicating with people on like a normal basis, you'll usually have good interactions, have bad interactions, and you don't necessarily expect anything out of them. And you wait for it to progress further before you actually start putting out weird points like this. Like, it's just unnecessary. Because this... Oh my god. Like, literally those type of comments are only appropriate in a context where you know them personally and you are saying it directly to them. Oh, you look really beautiful. Oh, you look really nice. This outfit looks good on you. Oh my God, I just saw this thing and it's totally your style. That's like a nicer way to say that. Saying you'd look really good in this outfit sounds creepy as fuck. Being like, hey, I feel like this is your style. What do you think of this outfit? Or something like that would make more sense. But again, in a personal setting, saying it about people you don't even know, the heebie-jeebies, my heebies are jeebied.
An obsessed snarker who hate watches the show and harasses Olivia won't also harass her outside
I can't believe you guys needed advice to ask people about themselves. Bunch of psychos. I never did. But I think it's a bigger issue than we realize.
Podcast. Comrade Casey not only answered that question by the
I have this memory in my head of in 2nd grade, I moved to where the state I live now. And I was in 2nd grade and I was trying to make friends and I was talking to some boys and they were telling me, oh, at recess we chase girls around. And I was like, why are we doing that? And they were like, we chase girls around because when you catch the girl, that's the girl that likes you. And I remember in my little 7-year-old brain going, why don't you just talk to them? Like, why don't you just have a conversation with them and figure out which one of them likes you? I genuinely have never understood this weird, I don't know, guys have a weird mentality sometimes. They really do. And I'll say it's people because I've definitely seen it in some women as well. But I do think that it definitely skews towards men for sure.
Directly harassing Olivia outside the podcast, but he also showed how much of a parasocial
deletes ChatGPT conversation about Alex the Fiction and Cap and Quasar falling in love. No, post that one to the Reddit. Post that one on just a fan fiction Reddit and people will be confused.
freak loser he is when he publicly got upset that Olivia revealed that she had a boyfriend on Twitter. Comrade Casey portrays himself on Twitter and YouTube as someone that Ethan is scared of, when in reality...
Yeah, sorry, I keep doing terrible pauses. I need to pause it when when he's covered. You know what it's like? It's like if I was having a conversation with him. I'm looking at I'm looking at this frame. Oh my god, I'm looking at this frame right here, and the way that he looks, that's gonna look tiny for you guys. There we go. The way he looks in this, it's like I'm having a real conversation with him. The way he's looking at me, he's like, what do you mean?
Comrade Casey is a parasocial stalker who begged Ethan behind the scenes to stop talking about him.
Oh, Comrade Casey just messaged me and said I'd appreciate not being talked about on the show.
Shut up, bitch! Talk about these nuts, motherfucker.
The week before Olivia went on a mental health break, Adam McIntyre posted a video called About Olivia from H3, where he calls out Olivia for working at H3.
And so here's my tweets about Olivia, okay?
This boy used to tease me every day when I was sick, so one day I had enough and kicked him in the balls. But he still didn't stop. I kicked him in the balls every day for a month. He was like, I'm in there, I'm winning. He's like, I'm in there. Oh my god. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, I've got to be honest. He makes me want to shave too. He makes the mustache feel icky. But now we've got Adam here, and he makes the shaven look icky. So it's like, where do I go from here?
Very sad to see Olivia waste her talents on this sinking ship, by the way. True. However, she's made her bed and her decision is with Ethan. Unfortunately, that's one she'll regret. I tweet, when Olivia tries to pander to the girlies again, I'm sure we will all remember how much she stood by Ethan. As someone who once defended her beyond, it's unfortunate to see who she is now.
Adam spends the video explaining why he posted a series of tweets calling out Olivia for siding with Ethan, but what I found funny was when Adam unironically believes that he's been defending Olivia prior to calling her out on Twitter.
I've literally spent the last, how long of H3?
Some dudes are into ball torture. Yeah, you didn't know that was exactly what they needed. They were like, I was coming to you for this. You cut out all the crap in the middle. Your mustache is gorgeous, Cap, and don't you dare shave it. I'll riot. Trust me, I do not plan on it. Shave one side of your face, split the difference. When my brother was in high school, he did that. My brother can grow a much more luxurious beard than me. And in high school, he might have only been like a sophomore. He had a full beard and he cut it straight down the middle and just cut half of his beard for like a week. And I think his friend gave him like $20 for it because he bet him that he wouldn't do it for a whole week. And honestly, just to shave for a week, I think that's worth $20. I think that I'd do that 20 times over. Keep giving me more $20.
So you've been crashing out for now 1 year, 2 years. I've spent that time defending Olivia publicly. I have spent that time putting myself out on the line for Olivia. We literally had an entire thing on this channel where we were like, free Olivia, free Olivia.
I really thought Adam was joking when he said this, because Adam uses the example of when he started a trend called Free Olivia, where his fan base, along with snarkers, went on Olivia's Instagram page and flooded the comment section with comments like she needs to be free and leave her job.
I already think that the free Kaya comments are like cringy enough. Like, here's the thing. I understand saying it as a joke, but the amount of people that I've legitimately seen like going in like into Hasan's chats and like under Hasan's posts and stuff and being like, free Kaya, you're a disgusting person, and like super heavy on it. I'm like, come on, guys. And this is even worse because it's like she is a grown adult with like her own ability to make her decisions about where she wants to work. She does not need to be freed. Yeah, as if free Olivia isn't straight bullying. I mean, yeah, if anything, it's calling for her. Like, I don't know. It is. It's just weird. Like, even if you don't think it's bullying, it's just weird at the end of the day.
Job.
And so I just want to make this very separate. Hashtag free Olivia. Get it trending. Hashtag free Olivia. It's sad seeing her incredible talent and wit and just internet personality being wasted on what H3 is right now.
And no universe is starting a trend where you send a mob of people to harass someone to leave their job count as defending them. Olivia isn't being held hostage by Ethan. And
we care about you. That's why we're brigading you. Duh. Like actual lunatics. Girl, get out.
starting a trend like Free Olivia only gives an excuse for snarkers to target her out of all the other crew members, and we know that snarkers use the Free Olivia trend as an excuse to harass Olivia to leave her job because Adam openly embraced the H3.
Yeah, that was the other thing I was going to say. They are really cheapening the free insert here thing when they do stuff like this. Yeah, like I was thinking, like, are they doing this almost like a Free Palestine thing? Because that feels like really gross as well.
Snark subreddit to his community.
Listen, they have been on my ass all day, but you know who hasn't been on my ass? The H3 Snark. Thanks, guys. I bring this to YouTube because I respect the H3 Snark, and I believe that they're being silenced. And you know what? I have my own Snarks. There are people on Reddit that don't like me. Will I ever go out of my way to silence them? No.
If for some reason you still believe that Adam has been defending Olivia, let's not forget that Adam publicly threw Olivia under the bus by
I think it's a closer parallel to Free Britney. Okay, that's actually a good point. That's a good point. I think that we've probably just, I guess it's like the timing, right? It's like there was Free Britney, and then that kind of went away for a bit, and then the Free Palestine movement came, and then that but even so, even in the like Free Britney, that's still a little more legitimate than going and fucking saying this to her. So even so, but I do think that that's probably closer, at least. Yeah, Palestine shit has broken all of our brains. It's just on like the, I mean, like Ethan said, it should be in the front of our minds, and I think that it is, but it is almost to a detriment for some people, because that's when you end up jumping down people's throats for things that are like otherwise somewhat innocuous in a sense. I think the reasoning still applies, though. Yeah, Brittany was surrounded by people taking advantage of her versus Olivia working at a job. Yeah, that's why I was saying that it's still kind of like, regardless of what the specifics they are referencing in it, it is still cheapening that that movement for sure. But we're almost done with this. Let's see.
Implying that she talks shit about Ethan behind the scenes.
Oh, also, and for them to insinuate that I'm putting Olivia in a weird position because they keep harassing me is crazy as fuck. If only y'all knew what me and Olivia talked about. Fuck you. So, anyways, we will leave it there.
So not only did Adam start a movement where people flooded Olivia's Instagram account with comments that she needs to leave her job, but Adam also tried to further ruin Olivia's work life when he publicly exposed that Olivia badmouthed Ethan to him. Adam didn't defend Olivia, and if anything, Adam made Olivia's life worse. There's a reason why Olivia turned off her public mentions on Instagram. There's a reason why Ethan made it clear that he doesn't care if any of his employees talk shit about him behind his back.
Because they twist fucking everything. It's the same shit that rat fucking Adam McIntyre has done to fucking Olivia in the past, in which I give Ethan credit because you just stopped him from the beginning. You said, I'm not going to blame Olivia for what she confided in a friend.
Yeah. You guys are entitled to have private conversations. You're entitled to fucking vent about work. It's not my business, right? What you say privately in your free time. That's not my, I don't get to fucking tell you what to think and what to say.
And honestly, that should be the way that it is, because legitimately, like, you as a boss, not only should your employees be allowed to say whatever they want, you shouldn't really care, because at the end of the day, as long as they're still getting the job done, it doesn't matter. So their personal opinions on like the ways that you run the business or whatever are kind of minor in comparison to the actual tasks that need to get done.
Hey, you know?
The week before Olivia went on a mental health break, one of the top posts on H3 Snark was calling Olivia a fake feminist. Adam McIntyre not only made a video calling out Olivia, but he also flooded Twitter with posts calling out Olivia for working at H3. And let's not forget about the creep stalker Comrade Casey watching Olivia's every move. Yet H3 Snark wants to pretend that Olivia took a mental health break because of Ethan Klein's 15-year-old Reddit account and not because she's being harassed by snarkers. The H3 Snark subreddit doesn't even hide the fact that they promoted harassment towards Olivia when they let a post showing stalker-ass Casey harassing Olivia to leave her job reach over 500 upvotes. So with that being said, I hope Olivia takes all the time she needs, because there's no scenario where it's worth being targeted by snarkers whenever you're on camera, or getting harassed by parasocial stalkers to leave your job, especially when your mental health is on the line. Well, that's about it for this video.
Ethan is a pain in the ass, but a great boss, yeah. I mean, and that's based on the way everybody's acted and the ways that people have come and gone from the show. It's all seemed amicable. There hasn't seemed to really be one that's not. We're gonna end this poll. Realize that was still up. I do think that's all I have for today. I've got to be honest. I had this Candace Owens thing, but they talked about that quite a bit yesterday, so I don't know if it's really necessary. I had just thrown that on. There to see where we were at. But I do kind of want to send you guys over to GWAM, because she is doing a fundraising stream for kids' cancer research. I do appreciate everybody that stopped in. Again, I'm going to be back tomorrow with even more stuff. We have some stuff for tomorrow, so don't you worry. For all the members, all the new members, thank you all so much. Wait, Grapes Fanfic is wild. I'll read that real quick before we go. Oh no, Grape Tickler. Oh no, Grape Tickler. Did you post it? I'm confused. Where is it? Am I on the wrong? Oh no, there it is. Here it is. 1 minute ago. I can see it now. Let's read this real quick and then I'll send you guys over to GWAM. Oh no, I'm a little worried that this is going to be a little too risque, is it? Let me just make sure I have this ready too. Sorry. Just pulling this up. Boom, boom, boom on the side. Customization. Redirect. Cool, cool, cool. Got that. Okay, so a fan fiction of Alex the Fiction and Cap'n Quasar. Cap'n Quasar and Alex the Fiction framed the collaboration as a joke, satire with a point. But the mood in the room shifted the moment the shock collar came out of its case. The black band looked heavier than expected, smooth and clinical in Cap'n's hand, as he ran his thumb over the buttons. When Alex offered his wrist first, there was a quiet bravery in it, a trust that settled between them as the camera light blinked on. Cap'n fastened the collar snug around Alex's skin, fingers lingering just a second too long as he adjusted it. Alex swallowed, jaw tightening, eyes never leaving Cap'n's face. Low setting. Cap'n said for the audience. Low setting, Cap'n said for the audience, but his voice dipped unconsciously. When he pressed the button, Alex's breath hitched, sharp, involuntary, and he laughed through it, flushed and energized, the sensation clearly more intimate than either had expected. They switched roles, and this time Alex took his time, sliding the collar onto Cap'n felt deliberate, almost ceremonial. His knuckles brushed Cap'n's pulse point. You ready? He asked, softer now. The shock made Cap'n tense, shoulders pulling back and a sound slipping out of him that wasn't meant for commentary. Alex's eyes darkened with focus, fingers hovering again, aware of the strange power humming between them. As they continued, the collar became less of a prop and more of a language. Each controlled press carried meaning. Checking in, pushing just enough, watching closely for reactions. Their jokes thinned out, replaced by charged pauses and half smiles. The space between them shrank, knees touching, heat rising in the quiet moments after each jolt. By the time the camera stopped, neither of them reached to remove the collar right away. They sat there, breathing slower now, adrenaline softening into something warmer. The experiment had proven its point, but it had also revealed something else. How easily trust could turn into desire. How attention could feel electric all on its own. When the collar finally came off, the connection stayed steady, unmistakable, and very real. Amazing stuff. Great story. I feel like Casey watching a pod right now.
Why are you gay?
But yeah, so that is it. I really do appreciate it. Thank you, Grape Tickler, for that. That was a great way to end it off. But here, I'm going to send you guys over to GWAM now. I really do appreciate everybody for stopping in. Remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I will be back tomorrow at the same time for members. We have a lot to talk about. Thank you to all the new members in there. All the gifted membership. Thank you for the gifted.
Yay, I got a subscriber.
I got a lot new of you. I got a lot new of you. I got a lot more of you now. I'm so happy and so excited and so appreciative. It is the holiday season. Happy holidays to all of you. This is Cap'n Quasar signing off.